Yo, what is up? And I said I would do a video today, so here we go. This one is from the new single by the band Sybreed. It is called The Last Line of Resistance. Now, when I was growing up and I was getting my more heavier taste, there were four really important bands in my jurisdiction that helped me get into that more extreme focus. They were Devil Driver, Fear Factory, Strapping Young Land, and Sybreed. Now, Sybreed was probably the one I knew the least of. Now that I know them a little more, they are a German industrial metal band in the vein of great bands like Fear Factory, also Godflesh, Ministry, of course. But a lot of what separated them more, they were much more heavier. They almost geared towards a near industrial kind of death metal sound. They had some very groove-orientated riffs, definitely a lot that came from Meshuggah's part, and some fantastic mixes, the really aggressive vocals with the clean. Now, their last album was called Pulse of the Awakening, and I love that album personally. Every song on there has its own kind of fresh uniqueness. I thought the vocals were a standout on the album, and also the electronica bits were fantastic. So it's been a couple years since that, and they're finally releasing new material on their new album. So this is one of the first official songs to come from it, and honestly, I'm really loving this song right now. Sybreed's one of those bands where it just has enough for me to really enjoy, but also enough for me to, be able to give a nice prognosis or autopsy, if you would, of what is in the song, what makes it tick and enjoyable. First of all, the riffing on this song is very similar to Meshuggah and Fear Factory kind of mix. Got some odd time meters, time signature changes, and some odd rhythms that are another symbol of another trait of them, of the Sybreed sound. Fully exposed here. The tone of the guitars is fantastic. Even the bass is nice and audible. That's really what I enjoy from the song. Drums, kick-ass as always. Their drummer, he's definitely a beast. He's able to pull off these insane kicks. The snare sounds fantastic. Now, for some that really stand out for me in Sybreed, the electronic elements on here, they're on full display. They're a little more on the edge of more upbeat, but they're still, in there. They're still very thick in the mix. They're very fast-paced, almost like doing speed off the back of a hooker's back. Then we have the fantastic vocals of their singer. I love his growls here, his kind of scream growls. But I think they remind me a little bit of almost like an early In Flames, very early, or even like for some reason they're reminding me of Abigail Williams right now. I have no idea why, but like the Tales from Shadows of a Thousand Suns. His cleans are absolutely amazing. He's kind of like Devin Townsend, where he has these very operatic vocals, and then there's also a nice vocoder bit. I'm always a fan of vocoders. I think they're really fucking cool. So, the musicianship, like the ideas blending, I've been looking to this more often since June. How the song is created, it's really well put together. The rhythms everything's perfectly in rhythm and tune. Metronome is fantastic. The beats coming out. Everything's on key. There's even a little breakdown here, but what keeps it from being another breakdown is it's Sybreed. It's fast-paced. It's a little bit of almost Meshuggah-style riffing, and there's a little bit more melody into it, too. It goes into a nice vocoder bit, then just into a fucking sick-ass ending section of just pure So, all in all, really excellent track for them. I love Sybreed. I love this track. It's great to hear the boys. This song just brought back so many memories of Sybreed when I first started listening to them, and the reason I got into this more heavier form of metal. God bless them. Solid 8 out of 10. Really good track. Anybody wondering about the Death discography, I will be picking that up again. Leprosy will be up maybe Wednesday. Definitely sometime around this week. Peace.